Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Blend. Things are looking a little bit different this morning because it's just us. It's all guys. You know, how you doing? This is David Payne, by the way. I'm Ryan Pierce. We're going to be your host for today. Welcome, sir.
I'm doing good this morning.
That's right. We're trying to figure it all out.
Yeah.
Just in case anybody's wondering what happened, let me tell you what happened this morning. So I get a text message about 5:30 from my friend, and yours too, Darian Atkins. And she just says simply this: Ryan, we're not going to be there. Full stop. Can you believe that? Can you believe that she did that? She just said, just like 5:30 in the morning, just says, you know what? I think we're done. We're not going to come in. We have other things, better things to do.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be you solo. How you like that? I'm telling you. What would you do if you had friends that just kind of bailed on you?
I done had it before, so ain't no big deal. I done had it before.
That's right. Well, look, we're going to have a good time anyway. This may be the quickest ever Morning Blend live stream, but we'll get through it.
Yeah.
Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for watching. And let's get going with our question of the day. And that question is simply this: would you rather meet your ancestors from the past or your descendants from the future? Now think about that for a second, and everybody out there who's watching as well. Would you rather meet your ancestors from the past or your descendants from the future? And we posed this question to you, David, being the thoughtful gentleman that you are. By the way, before we get to that, can you just say a little bit about yourself, who you are, and like what your role is at the college?
Yeah, my name is David Payne, and I am the going out SGA president for the 2022nd, 23rd, and also the 23rd and 24th academic school year. And I also serve on the Louisiana Community Technical College System Board of Supervisor, and I work assisting in the adult ed program here at Louisiana Delta.
Wow, so that's a lot of responsibility there. Adult ed. I mean, how'd you get connected with that?
And then look, and we have to think about also, I'm a full-time student here, so
yeah, you're doing it all.
Yeah. I was working with Miss Bridges with a lot of the SJ projects, and I used to go in her class and help her. And she said, "You're really good with this. You ever think about doing this, as a job?" Right. And we talked to Miss Kelsey, who is the director of adult education, and it was just on from there.
Okay.
The rest is history, as they say.
The rest is history, and you certainly have made some history. We'll talk about some history a little bit later on in the show.
Okay.
So let's talk about this, though. Would you rather meet your ancestors from the past or your descendants from the future? This is our question of the day. David, what would you say?
I think I've thought about this question, and I think I would rather meet my ancestors from the past. I want to know what their life was like, why they made some of the decisions that they made, how did we end up here in Northeast Louisiana, my family. I would like to go back pretty far and find out and kind of work my way up into today. And I think I want to go back and see what was going on back then.
That's interesting that you say that, because my answer is the same. I think if I don't want to know what's going to happen in the future. I'm a little scared of the future, if you think about it. And so in my opinion, I'm thinking, well, I might disturb the space-time continuum.
Yeah.
If I was to go into the future, I'm not sure about all that. So I will just, again, same as you, I would visit ancestors from the past, try to gain some wisdom, and then, of course, bring that on to the current. And see what happens from there.
It's that scary future for me. Knowing you ain't going to be here.
That's right. So with that being said, Matt Napper is chiming in saying it's the Ryan edition, no pressure, but it's time to shine. Rhonda Lindsay from Next Door Testing Center says, good morning from Next Door. And then Darian also says, good question. I agree from David. Learn from your past to create a better future. So
that's right.
You are, again, batting 1,000 as always. Let's keep it moving, though. We do have some news that we want to share. And so here we go with the news. There we go. And sure enough, in our news, the SGA news that we have for you today, we're sharing the election results. Tell us a little bit, David. I know you were a part of this. I know you've been for 2 years now,
Right.
the SGA president. Tell us about these results
How
and the
the
process.
procedure went.
Yeah, how'd it go?
Well, we collected applications, conducted interviews by Louisiana Delta staff and faculty and staff, and then we followed a week-long campaign last week, collected votes from qualified credit students, and we are ready to announce our winners.
All right. The drum roll. Well, we say it's a drum roll, but it's already up on the screen.
Okay.
Who won, and maybe if you know a little bit about them or
Yeah,
whatever, you can say something.
all of our positions were unopposed except for the vice president position, and as you can see, SGA president is Horacio Perez,
Okay.
and the vice president is Miss Kirsten Brantley.
Mm-hmm.
Our Monroe senators are Haley Williams and Miss Kai
Okay.
Deloney, I'm sorry, and our West Monroe senator is Mr. Jordan Johnson.
Wow. And that's something. I mean, it's been I know it's probably those folks that joined in
Right, right.
that were running for a position. They have LDCC at the center of their hearts, and they want to do the best to serve the
Right.
student population.
Right. And these people, these students, they all have been a part of SGA in the last semester, and they understand how SGA works. And I think I'm just excited for this new administration. Also, as you know, or some may not know, the SGA office have moved to a new location.
Uh-oh.
And this
Talk
new,
to us about that.
Yeah, we're upstairs in 395, if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken.
359, that's right.
359.
Yeah. That classroom has changed over time, if you think
Right.
about it. It's been a few different things, but it's the SGA
It was Jag
office.
Room one time.
That's
It was
right.
The Jag Room.
Yep.
And now they're moved in that space, and this new administration will have their open house upcoming, and also we'll have our we're going to be having our oath of office on the 2nd. This Thursday coming up on the 2nd, and we'll be in the theater on the 3rd floor. We're gonna have their swearing in.
Okay.
And I'm just excited about this new administration.
So a swearing in of the new administration, we look forward to new ideas and new events, and just a fresh face to represent
Right.
SGA, or fresh faces to represent SGA, which is great.
represent all the students here at Louisiana Delta.
Yeah, thank you so much, David, for that. I know you've been
problem.
very, very involved in that for the past few years. That's been your life,
Yeah.
basically. And you've represented LDCC so well, and we appreciate you.
Thank you.
Now, again, like we said, this is probably going to be the quickest live stream you've ever seen on the morning live stream. We're rolling right along, and we're going to get into, in case you missed it, I'm glad you like the music. All right. First and foremost, we're just rolling along here. Let's talk about the NACD conference. In case you missed it, we had a delegation that went to Oklahoma for a national CTE conference, and we're a part of and affiliated with a few organizations like this, but this is NACD, as it is so colloquially called, and this is a great picture of a bunch of LDCC folks, faculty, staff, campus directors, higher level administration, you name it, went to take part in this. And really the point of the conference is to learn more things about CTE, the CTE space, maybe how we can better prepare our students, what opportunities are there, grant funding, and just maybe even some ideas on curriculum, all sorts of things that that our delegation could go there and learn. Mm-hmm. They learned there at the NACD conference. So we appreciate NACD for putting on such a great event. And we will undoubtedly continue to be a part of it in the future. And way to go, those of you who went. Oh, there was some thunder. Did you hear that? Right? Can you stand the rain? Okay. We appreciate those that made time to go, because we know everybody's coming back better for it. All right, moving right along. NC3 signing day at Bastrop. That happened on April 18th. Again, this is the In Case You Missed It segment. We're talking about all the things that happened last week or recently. And so NC3 signing day, have you heard of this, David? Have you?
I've never.
So NC3 signing day, this is a celebration of of community and technical colleges, specifically the skilled trades areas. You know that there are plenty of times. I'm gonna put us back on camera for a second.
Okay.
You know that there's a lot of times where we see sports, and in the sporting world, if a young person is going from high school to college, they will likely sign a letter of intent with that college. They'll put on the hat, and they'll have the shirt, and they'll have their family and friends around, and they're celebrating. They have balloons in the color of the school and all that, and everybody's having a great time saying, wow, my kid is going to name the place, right?
Right.
So we do that in sports. But what about in academics, right? How come there is not, or there wasn't until NC3 signing day came around, how come there hasn't been a celebration of those individuals who decide they want to further their careers in college, but in a technical or skilled trade?
Right.
And so in Bastrop, they had a couple of these actually recently. This was showing one of those NC3 signing days in Bastrop. And so that is again, the students did just what we described. They signed their letter of intent to come to LDCC, in this case, LDCC Bastrop. And we see the welding instructor, Mr. Jason Rogers, right behind them. So I'm assuming that these are all welders or future welders. And we're going to take them in at Louisiana Delta Community College, and we are going to nurture them and upskill them so that they can go out into the workforce once they finish with us, and be successes
That's
and
awesome.
make a lot of money, hopefully.
Okay.
But be successes for
awesome.
sure.
I never heard of that.
So congratulations to those students that signed up to be a part of the family at LDCC. We know that they're going to do some great things. Next up is the Lot Oil Lot Oil contributed to our LDCC Foundation. We are so happy, that we had a group that was able to, again, contribute to the mission and the cause of LDCC. And it can't go unsaid, or it can't be said too much,
Right.
that we need our industry partners to support our mission. It's a two-way street. We prepare the future workforce. They help us by giving us tools, sometimes monetary donations, and insights as to what they want those individuals
And we
to
prepare those students.
be prepared to do. Exactly. And we prepare them. So thank you, Lot Oil. We appreciate you. Next up, Denim Day at Winsboro. Let me reference my notes here because I don't want to say the wrong thing. So I'm going to reference my notes that Cameron was so nice to send me. And I don't think I have anything on Denim Day except, and somebody's probably going to chime in the chat and say something about it, but I'm thinking this is, did you?
Denim Day is nonviolence.
Okay.
That's
gotcha.
the day we celebrate nonviolence. And we actually did this on our Monroe campus Wednesday as well.
Okay.
We wore our black Denim Day shirts. And it's just a celebration of nonviolence. If you support nonviolence in any kind of form, then you would wear your Denim Day shirts and your black shirts and your jeans. And it was just a way that we a day that we set aside to recognize nonviolence.
See, and this is why you're on the show.
Yeah.
You're filling in the gaps.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, David. And then we're going to move right along, and we're going to put up on the screen Lexington Elementary Career Day.
Okay.
And so with this, Claire Shepard went to speak to Lexington Elementary for their Career Day, presumably talking about forensic science and the sciences in general, and how you can take part in these things, that there's more to careers than just the things that we see on television. There's sometimes things that we don't see, that we're not aware of, and that students at every age need to be aware of. They need to be exposed to. And so that is Lexington Elementary Career Day. Thank you, Claire, for doing the outreach in the community and taking part in their Career Day.
Looks like they're having a good time.
Yeah, right. I mean,
look, he got a lab coat on. He's ready.
Every time it's always a celebration when LDCC
Right.
comes to the party. I mean,
I've been in a lot of them parties.
all right. So moving along here, got to switch. We're switching screens, and the next thing is Cap Adornment at West Monroe. Now, graduation is coming up.
Yes.
So April 24th, the fine folks at the West Monroe campus decided, you know what, we want to make sure that students know that graduation isn't just a thing that they need to be at because it's a celebration and a culmination of all their success, but that, hey, we can have a little fun at graduation as well.
That's right.
And some of that fun is expressing yourself on the top of your graduation cap.
That's right.
That's almost like a tradition, you know, in certain universities, and so we're having it here as well at our community college. Or do you plan on doing anything special to your cap?
Listen,
Or is that a secret?
Being the SJ president, me and Kirsten, last year during this time, me and her, we traveled to all the campuses and set up the Cap Adornment. And this year I told him, I said, look, y'all gonna have to take care of that this year. Cause look, I can't do that this year. I plan on decorating my cap. So
Okay.
they got together and sent the materials to all the colleges, all the sites, and they get ready. I see they did theirs in West Monroe on 24th. Now ours, we were gonna be last. We're gonna do ours next week, and I'm looking forward to it. I want to go through all those stickers and pens and numbers and letters and make mine just look unique.
That's right. And not to, you know, we have to give credit where it's due. The gentleman in this picture, his name escapes me, but I've met him before. Mm-hmm. And then Stevie Ethington from the Farm Tech program, she actually chimed in on the YouTube chat, and she said, yes, make sure you give a shout out because the spring pharmacy technician graduate, he's a spring pharmacy technician graduate, graduating this spring in the 2024 commencement. So the gentleman you see there, he is a part of the Farm Tech program. He's proud. And he's smiling because he's graduating his cap. He's graduating. He's adorning his cap, and so we're all excited about
Congratulations.
him as well as all the graduates. But again, this was the West Monroe edition of the Cap Adornment. We will have others to come, as you mentioned, Mr. David Payne. Okay. Keep it moving. See, Cameron usually does all these. So,
okay, I got you.
I'm having.
Hey,
We're trying.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Look, awesome.
Thank you for the encouragement. Okay, Cameron, we miss you. I will tell the truth about why everybody is not here after a while. Okay, keep Louisiana beautiful. Ruston and Jonesboro. You know, the Ruston and Jonesboro campus, I feel like they get a little love on each of our shows because every single show they're doing something. There's either an event on their campus or on one of the campuses, or they're doing some kind of outreach. Here we have an outreach in Jackson Parish, one of the days where you pick up litter and you just spruce up, clean up things, maybe do a little gardening and things of that nature. And this is the result, or a picture at least, from that Keep Louisiana Beautiful Day in Ruston and specifically Jonesboro, Jackson Parish. Ruston and Jonesboro campuses, we salute you for all that you're doing to keep not only the students engaged, but also to stay engaged with your locales, your communities, your parishes. That cannot be said enough, and we appreciate you.
And just to throw this out there, that Jonesboro, Ruston, both campuses, always beautiful. Mm-hmm. Every time you go out there, I just love going out there. The campuses always look extra, extra, extra nice, and that's every time I go.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a special thanks to our landscaping and groundskeeping crew as well.
Yes, that
they're taking care of things as well, and the faculty and staff that work at those campuses making sure, and the students making sure that it stays beautiful, no litter, just a pristine place. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Always looks great.
And I want to say this also, all of our campuses, I never had no problem with that. I want to say that I was just making special contribution to
this
Jonesboro and Reston because
right.
they did keep Louisiana beautiful, but I never had a problem with any of our campuses. All of our campuses look good.
Doesn't this sound political?
Yeah. They look gorgeous. I love going to our
It's
campuses.
okay. We didn't take offense. Nobody took offense.
Okay.
Congrats to all the campuses for being wonderfully
That's right.
put together and beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm checking the chat because I'm really wondering if anybody caught that. Okay.
Right.
Anyway, we're moving right along. The next one, Now, there was an event on April 24th, Senior Expo in Ruston. And if I have a few notes on that, the Ruston, the local Senior Citizens Expo was held where the West Monroe Farm Tech group, the students, the faculty, went there to educate the community with information about what it takes to be a pharmacy technician, and some of the techniques and skills that are embedded in the training for farm tech. So isn't that something?
Okay.
And so you got, again, and we're cross-pollinating here, right? Think about this. You got students and faculty from the West Monroe campus going over to Ruston to give to that community and celebrate in that community and let people know that there are things that you can do at LDCC. May not be at your local campus, at the Ruston campus specifically, although it may be coming soon, you never know.
Right.
But pharmacy technician program is a viable program and something that there may be individuals in the area, no matter what parish you live in, that would like to take part and like to be educated and potentially have a career in that field. So kudos to the Farm Tech students and faculty for making time to go over there and push forward that there's a word I'm looking for, that awareness.
Right.
That awareness.
Because I was going to say that event. And it's amazing how the West Monroe people went over to Ruston. I love it.
But that's because, hey, we're reaching out, right? We're one Delta, right? Can't be said enough. And being one Delta, we're using all of our resources to bring all of North and Northeast Louisiana together to make this region better.
Right.
Upskill, economic development, all those things. That's what we're about at LDCC.
Love it.
All right. So that was the Senior Expo. Congratulations, Pharmacy Tech, for making your presence known. And then, look at that. Ruston and Jonesboro again. All right. Dress for Success. And this is something that Miss Julie Salter has done in her role as a career services coordinator for many years. She has since changed roles, but is still doing the things that she's always done in the career services area, holding Dress for Success. And that is simply showing students, mostly, I think adults can use a refresher every now and then too, but showing students what it is to dress as a professional, to put yourself in a position when you go to an interview, when you just show up at a job site in general, what you should look like, business casual, business professional, and so on. And so this event was held on the Ruston and Jonesboro campuses, and we're so happy that we have images and documentation to prove it. Looks like a student went up there and tied a tie, which was fantastic. I know my grandfather actually was the one that showed me how to tie my first tie, believe it or not. A Windsor knot. I still remember what it's called, My dad knows how to tie ties too, but he let my grandpa take care of me on that one, so I'm ever so appreciative of that. Do you know how to tie a tie?
I do, and I remember, but I know for a fact that I was an adult when I learned how to tie a tie.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't even know who showed me, but I got it.
Yeah, look, right. Now it's a skill that you shouldn't lose as a man.
Riding a bike.
Yeah, you're right. Once you do it a few times, it's over.
Got it.
And it should be no problem. Like you said, just like riding a bike.
And you will be surprised because a lot of students, they really don't know how to do those things like tie, or know that your shirt need to be tucked in this way. It's simple stuff like that. And these kind of events, they really help. She has speakers to come out for the Dress for Success, and they give knowledge on certain attire and how to do things. And they're very successful, and I love every time she had one of those.
Yes, absolutely. We are not only giving to the community at large, but also we're giving back to ourselves in those types of events.
Right.
We're doing for our student body that's on the grounds, doing the work every day. So it's a multi-pronged approach to make Louisiana Delta Community College the success that it is.
That's right.
All right. Let's keep it moving. Ruston and Jonesboro again.
One more time.
Right. Maybe not the last time.
Right.
But we love them. A graduation party was held. And this, of course, is simply just a way to celebrate those grads. Everybody who is going across the stage, or everybody who is completing a terminal degree, even I'm sure even some certificates.
Right.
They
Right.
got cake and just a recognition that we appreciate you for staying the course the whole time.
Ooh.
You are of value, and we know you're going to be of value out in the community when you get into the workforce.
That's right. I just say pardon. I've been ready.
Right. Anytime there's food,
I'm
something
ready.
to eat, right? Something to drink, we're okay, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of party, and I know you were at this party, Nights Fest 2024. We've had festivities and activities throughout
Yeah.
this month, the month of April. Nights Fest 2024 at every campus in the LDCC ecosystem.
Yes.
But I believe the culminating activity, the culminating party, was at the Monroe campus.
That's right.
And tell us a little bit about that, David. What
So
happened here?
a lot of people, when you look at Nights Fest, like, what is that? What is that? Well, that's the same thing we've been celebrating for years, known as Spring Fest. I when my administration got together and we was trying to put this thing together, I want to say I came up with the idea of Nights Fest, but then I don't want to take shine from
Wait a
Dr.
minute.
Thomas.
Wait a minute.
Because Dr. We went to New Orleans. We went to a COS meeting, and we heard a lot of the other schools in LTTTS, other schools mention their school, and they would say, like, whatever their school name mascot was, they put Fest behind it. And she might have came up with that. I just probably took credit and ran. I think Dr. Thomas, Alvina Thomas, I love her to death. I think she might have came up with that. But we came up with Nights Fest. And also we got an idea from Miss Gwen Hall that we could do one shirt for all of our sites.
Okay.
And we did the shirts, did the decoration for the front of the shirts, and we listed all the campuses, all the sites' name on the back of the shirts.
There you go.
And the students voted on the color of the shirts.
Hey.
We put it on canvas, and they voted on the color of shirts, and that's what we came up with. On Tuesday, we had Students Appreciation Day, and then on Wednesday we did Staff and Faculty Appreciation Day, and then the Thursday was the big event that y'all see. We had just the 24th. We did what we call do it big. What the young people say,
Right.
do it big. We
The
did
young
it big.
people.
We had Catahoula came out and served lunch. Miss D's Treats came out. We had Kona Ice came. We had DJ Regimen came out and did an awesome job. And we had gifts and surprises for all the students and staff. So it was real nice. It was real nice.
And if you didn't get a close-up of the shirts, here's a better picture of the shirts. Looks like a retro look. This was actually from the 23rd, Student Appreciation Day. Great shirts. Do you have any left over? I have to ask this question because I didn't get a chance to get one. I was celebrating from my office and clapping and cheering and listening
Yeah.
to music from my office as other things were happening. But I know it was a
understand,
great
but
time.
honestly, the students came. They really came out, and everybody, even if they didn't have a shirt that day, because we gave them out Tuesday. So if they didn't have one that day, they came back to the table and got one. I might have about 4 smalls.
Oh, that's not going to
So
work.
if you can get in a small, I got you one.
No, that will not work. But thank you for
No.
thank you for trying to hold one back for me.
No problem.
All right. Last one, right? We did, this is in case you missed it. This segment is always ongoing, but what a great way to finish up the in case you missed it segment by celebrating LCTCS Day at the Capitol. And look who's front and center
Yes.
in the picture with his backpack, because apparently you're going places. Mr.
I
David
didn't
Babe.
even notice that.
Well, somebody probably just said, hey, get in the picture.
Yeah. Patient throwed us together real quick, and I love her. Patient Tally from the Jonesboro Rustic.
Right,
campus
look at that.
again.
Hey, man.
She,
Jonesboro Rusted again.
Yeah, we met down there at the Rotunda. I told you earlier, I love that name. That's like the lobby area at the Capitol. And that was Monday, the week of Spring Fest. We start off that Monday in Baton Rouge for LTTTS Day at the Capitol. And we took, my vice president, secretary treasurer, also our new president when he was a senator then, Horatio, and we went down. We had Cobbs was there, the council student body president. We met with them around noon and had lunch, and we had a couple speakers from the Capitol came and talked to us. We did a tour of the Capitol, and can you believe it? As many times I've been to the Capitol.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Can you believe I went to the 27th floor?
You went all the way to the top.
I went to the 27th floor. Went outside. I didn't step out there, but I opened the door and looked. Saw the Mississippi River.
Yeah.
I saw all that, and then I came back in.
Were you scared?
Oh, I tried to. I tried to didn't to hide it, like yeah. But they knew because I wouldn't step out that door. It felt like that. I feel like that building. It was like the wind was carrying it. They said it wasn't happening, but to me, that's what it felt.
So here's your little bit of history, your fun fact. If I recall, I think I've heard this 3 times this month, so I'm hoping I'm right. People in the chat, YouTube watchers, everybody watching, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe the state capitol in Baton Rouge is the tallest state capitol in the nation.
Yeah,
I believe.
Yeah, they said
confirming it. Thank you.
They told us.
I mean, it's a tall building. And I've been to a few other state capitals. Usually they're like 3 or 4 stories, and then there's like a nice little
dome.
Right, exactly. Should I call? I was going to say
but
rotunda.
You know who? Governor. His name.
Our new governor.
No. Past governor.
Governor Edwards.
A long time ago. He built the Capitol. That particular building. They was down the street in the old Capitol, and he wanted something different. And who's the one that got shot in the Long?
Huey P. Long?
Huey Long. He the one came over there, and he wanted the biggest building in Baton Rouge, and he did it. 27 floors.
Wow, 27. And
I
look,
couldn't think of his name.
to this day. Well, I'm thinking. There's a lot of names that we can cycle through, but okay.
Yeah, one better wrong.
He came to mind. So, okay. Thank you for a little bit of history. I think we covered the little bit of history segment a little early.
Yeah.
So there you go. That was perfect. All right. We're moving along now to the next segment of our show, and it is our upcoming events. You like the music, huh? Woo! I think I clicked over just a little bit too fast. Let me bring us back to the graphic. And again, I want to thank Cameron for all the wonderful graphics that we have on the screen today. You came in clutch. We would have had no graphics had it not been for Cameron, even though. So let me tell you a little bit about this manufacturing night, and then we'll get to our co-hosts who weren't here. But let's talk about manufacturing night. Manufacturing Night, LDCC Jonesboro, Thursday, May 2nd. These are our upcoming events. So this week, this Thursday, from 4:30 to 6:30, you get to meet faculty, talk to employers, tour the Jonesboro campus, and of course, we want to seal the deal. We want you to sign. So just like NC3 signing day, right? We want you to be so impressed and so inspired that you complete an application to attend Louisiana Delta Community College, and you come on board and you take part in one of our many manufacturing disciplines and those disciplines that support manufacturing. So we're talking welding, we're talking electrical, HVAC, all those things, all those industries. These are the industries of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Right. In fact, there's so many skilled trades individuals who are cycling out. They've been in for 20, 30, 40 years. And those skills are being lost because they're retiring. Right. And we need people to fill that gap. And so we need you, those in the communities, all of our communities. But we have a special night at LDCC Jonesboro, and we hope to inspire you to come on out, not only to take part, but also to take up a curriculum and consequently a career in the manufacturing, one of the manufacturing disciplines. So I gave a special shout out to Cameron. I've been saying that a few times. Darian, hi. Thank y'all for watching, of course. This is not the time, but I'm going to say it anyway. The reasons, right? I said earlier that it was just me and David because I got sold out. We made a
Right.
joke about that, but honestly,
Right.
we hope that Cameron, you're doing well. Cameron's a little ill this morning, and we hope that you are getting better. And then because of all the rain, can you stand the rain?
Right.
Darian is not with us as well. But might be putting out sandbags near or around her house to fortify it, based on the amount of water that is building around, and hopefully that rain is going to stop soon enough. But trying to protect property, and we know that there are probably quite a number of people around who might be in that same situation where we're north. It's not like living down in the swamp in New Orleans or whatnot.
Right,
but
right.
even so, there's only so much water that we can take.
Right.
And so we hope that everybody made it in safely. Those that are just tuning in, we thank you for tuning in, and that you hopefully are safe wherever you are. Cameron and Darian, again, we are hoping for the best for both of y'all in the situations that you find yourself in. Cameron, of course, heal up, heal well, heal
Get well
fast.
soon.
And Darian, you got to protect the property.
Stay dry.
Stay dry. I tried to, right? All right. So, upcoming events. We just talked about Manufacturing Night at LDCC Jonesboro. We would be remiss if we didn't talk about, oh my goodness, Spring 2024. Forgive the 2023 up there, but Spring 2024 graduation ceremony at Fat Ewing Coliseum, Monday, May 13th at 6 p.m. Everything else is correct on this graphic. We just are thinking back in time a little bit, but no, it's happening this time as well. Spring 2024.
That's right.
Graduation ceremony. We are excited about that. We will keep plugging that. Make sure you're there. And for those students who are thinking, or they're on the fence, who might be watching this and saying, hey, I don't know, I'm graduating from community college, and, that's great, and, I'm going into the workforce, or I'm moving on to get my bachelor's, or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. Please recognize that this is an accomplishment. Getting your associate's degree is a major milestone. It is something that it's a milestone that can't be taken away. I have seen personally many students come to LDCC, not get their associate degree, not finish a terminal degree at all, and then they move on to get a bachelor's or whatever, and then something happens in their life, and it's like, you know what? Family situation, or somebody gets ill, and then they have to stop, and then they're trying to pick back up 10 years later to finish what they started. But if they just would have stuck with it, if they just would have finished the associate's degree, no matter what you think an associate degree means or how much it matters, it is an exit point, it is a finishing point,
Right.
and it says that you attained a level of mastery in higher education that you didn't have before.
Right.
Because you get through high school, you move on to college. Higher education goes associate degree, bachelor's degree, and on. Get that associate's degree.
Right.
And then, so once you get that, that's a major accomplishment. Then what? Then it's all about celebrating that.
Right.
We don't take enough time to celebrate the valuable things, the once-in-a-lifetime things that make our lives special. And so I'm just encouraging all those students to be out there to make this the biggest and the best commencement possible in numbers. Let's set some records here.
Right.
And I know you have some things to say about that as well.
Yeah, I'm feel the same way. I really, when I came to Delta, I really was thinking about. In fact, I talked to my advisor, who's Mr. Crescencio Jackson, and I had that plan: take a couple credits, get my credit numbers up, and then transfer. But after I worked so hard, especially in that math class, I said, you know what, I'm going to complete this. I'm going to get that degree, that first degree, and I can do everything else later. And that's exactly what I did. So here we go.
Look, we love to see it. Had to say that one time. We love to see it.
Right.
and so because it's such a special event for all of our graduates, we most certainly want to see all of our faculty and staff show up, be a part of this momentous occasion. Again, these students only get it one time.
One time.
It's one time with us. We presume it's going to just be one time
Right.
with us. I mean, now there are some that have graduated multiple times, but usually a commencement is only one time at our level, community college, and it takes all of us.
Right.
And from faculty, staff, support services, SGA, clubs and
Volunteers.
organizations, volunteers,
Yeah.
the folks that come out and celebrate with us at our Nice Fest, everything. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a community-wide effort to make this operation what it is and to make it as special as it is and to keep it as special as it is. So everybody that had a hand in these students' success should be there on May 13th as well, Monday,
And
May
if
13th.
not for nothing else, just to celebrate.
That's right.
Let's celebrate.
6 p.m. Whether you're a volunteer or you're just a part of the party that walks in and celebrates and congratulates, everybody should be there. And, of course, families, I don't have to tell you to be there. We expect you to be there making a ruckus. You know, isn't it funny how it's always, please hold your applause. I don't even think we say that anymore. Please hold your applause until all graduates are called. Nobody does that.
We gonna.
The
The family want to holler. The graduates want to hear them.
Yes, that's right.
So if they do say that, let's stop saying that.
Right. You just got to think like,
Let's take your time. Let's
nobody's
just go
paying
through
attention to
it.
that.
Right.
All right. So here we go. Next up. Thank you for letting us talk a little bit about graduation. Another important event, arguably the biggest foundation event that we put on.
Yeah.
And that's courtesy of Frank Bennett and team, is the Hats and Horses event, May 4th. That's going to be, I want to say all day. We don't have a time on here. I'm going to say be here early so you can get started early, right?
Right.
Hats and Horses, May 4th, 2024, powered by our event sponsor, our main sponsor. We have a lot of sponsors, and we got to say thank you to all those sponsors, but Entergy. Let me say that again, Energy. Let's say it one more time.
Energy.
Entergy, powering the events, powering the people, powering us.
Right.
Hats and Horses brought to you, powered by Entergy. This event, if you want to see faculty, staff, adults, community leaders, political figures,
Everybody,
all the important people, all the big timers, right? Let their hair down, put their hats on, and have a good time. May 4th, 2024. Hats and Horses is where it's at.
I participated in Hats and Horses, but I'll be there this year.
You know,
I already talked to Mr. Frank. I'm ready.
You're of age, we hope, to take on a mint julep. Okay, we want to make sure. Hey,
I'm ready.
you see the look on his face? He looked
I'm ready.
across to me and said, "I'm ready."
Yes.
So,
Looking forward to it.
yeah, it's going to be a great event. And those of you who have not purchased tickets or who are just hearing about this for the first time, please be there. I have to send my apologies to Frank and team. My daughter graduates on May 4th from Centenary College. Plug to my daughter. She is an honor graduate. And yes, of course, I'm going to be there on May 4th for my daughter's graduation. But Hats and Horses, again, May 4th for LDCC. Everybody who can be there, who doesn't have an obligation on the outside, please show up. Enjoy it. It's going to be a hoot and a riot, and I'll leave it there. From the stories that I've heard, it's going to be another great event. All right. We're moving on to say that, yes, there's a grill and chill May 10th, so we're getting way ahead, and that's for faculty and staff. The location should be LDCC Monroe. This is a celebration of a hard-earned, or I should say a long and well-deserved celebration for a great semester for all faculty and staff all across the LDCC community campuses and the main campus, of course. So May 10th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., get your plate, get your fork, get your napkin.
And get ready.
And get ready for the Grill and Chill, which is a celebration, again, of all of us on that Friday, May 10th. Please be there. You won't want to miss it.
Is this an annual event?
It has turned into an annual event.
Yeah.
I will say it's been a great thing. And
I missed it last year. I was in New Orleans, I think last year, and I missed it.
Oh yeah,
I'm trying to make this.
Yeah, right. Definitely want to make it. I'm going down the list to see if there's anything else that I may have missed. The BTEC mini conference, just that's something for faculty and staff as well to get some additional professional development. That's coming on May 10th before the Grill and Chill. Also, SLO Development Days, May 8th and 9th. If you haven't already gotten an email about that, that's specifically for faculty. Student learning outcomes are important, and we need to make sure we're on the right track with that. So please, it's not even a please. It's kind of like a mandate that you got to be out there for that one. So that's the 8th and the 9th. That's for faculty specifically. We'll see you there. And talk to us a little bit. I have on my notes the oath of office. You mentioned it as an upcoming event, but just tell us a little bit about that one more time.
Before we talk about that real quick, Darian chimed in and she wanted to let you know that Hats and Horses is from 4:30 to 6:30 on the 4th.
4:30 to 6:30. It's just 2 hours?
Yeah.
No, that can't be right. Just 4:30.
Maybe if you want to hang out a little longer, I guess you probably could. But
I mean, I heard you're gonna do tastings and flights and all kinds of stuff.
Designated time is 4:30 to 6:30.
4:30 to 6:30.
Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you so much, and thank you for putting that in the chat.
No problem.
Wow. Yeah, David, thank you for catching that. Darian, thank you for saying it. Hats and Horses, be there. Talk about the oath of office May 2nd for those that are on campus that might want to take part in that.
Yes.
One more time.
Yes. The oath of office is what it is our upcoming president that we talked about earlier, Mr. Horatio, and also the vice presidents and the senators. And yeah, we're all gonna get together on one day. I said the 2nd, and we're gonna have we're gonna be on 3rd floor in the theater, and we're gonna swear him in. The chancellor will be there to swear him in as the new SJ president of Louisiana Delta.
So in the theater, 3rd floor, room 310, May 2nd, which is this Thursday. Come and be a part of it. What time again? Was it 2:00?
Was it 2?
I think it's 2:00. I think that's what I have in my notes. At 2:00. So we're going to say 2:00, oath of office. We're going to go with that.
2:00, that's right, 2:00.
God bless technology, right?
It's gonna be bittersweet for me.
Well, I know it's been tough. It's been a lot of good times. It's been some rough times, but you made it.
It's out. The sweet part is having a good time with them, but the bitter part is gonna be leaving this office that I have held for 2 years. I think I took advantage of it a lot, and took it for granted.
Yeah,
like I'm gonna have it forever. But then it's time to let it go. You're like, oh,
right, don't cry. I know it's gonna be tough, but that's okay. But the reason why we have you on the show actually is because you are our featured guest, and so everybody buckle up and get ready to listen to the story of Mr. David Payne.
That's right.
Mr. Payne.
That was nice.
I felt like I teased it to a way that it should have been more epic, but anyway. Man, just talk to us for a second. You're our guest of honor, and there's a reason for that. The reason why we have you on the show is because graduation's coming up. And if you didn't know, and we teased it in the last Morning Blend live stream, David Payne is our commencement speaker for the 2024 spring graduation commencement ceremonies. Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. Way to go.
I'm super excited.
I think that this is a little bit of history as well, because I believe you are the first student who has taken the reins and been a commencement speaker giving the commencement address. And I just want to say congratulations to you, the faith and the encouragement that you got along the way, and then the faith that the administration and those who are the decision makers for the graduation ceremony have in you to deliver a speech and say some things that are meaningful and powerful to the student body. Man, that's saying a lot about you, your character, and your story. So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about how you got here.
Just like I always tell people, non-traditional student, and non-traditional student, high school dropout. I came to, working dead-end jobs. You don't have no education, so there's no room for growth. And you're there for so many years. I don't want to say wasting years, because you get life experience and you learn life, and then you make a decision. I don't want to live like this, and you go to. I came to Louisiana Delta, and they said first you got to get your high school diploma, and so I took the test and passed it and became a high school graduate. Then I enrolled as a credit student. And even though I wanted to close my laptop a lot of times at that desk and just say I quit, you keep on going and you end up to this place. I like to tell people that Delta saved my life.
Okay.
Cause I mean, and it sounds like a cliche, like I'm just making it up. Because without it, I don't see me doing the things that I'm doing now. And it wasn't no growth, no, like a plant. You don't put water on it,
That's
it
right.
dies. I had no water in my life at the time, and so coming to Delta and accepting the role as um, run for president and getting that role, and then the board of supervisors and everything that's added onto that adult education. And it's just added and added. And it was because of Louisiana Delta, and now I'm earning a degree. I just made the decision that I didn't want to transfer. I wanted to earn a degree because it was something to me. And now I got the opportunity to earn another degree. But at least I have that first one. That's why we celebrating the graduation. And to be the keynote speaker. When Melissa Kyles, she the one that contacted me about this, and I almost started crying. Because I was like, really? And it just gave me the opportunity to encourage not only my fellow students, my fellow graduates, but I can encourage family that'll be attending, faculty and staff that want to do more, And I do not take that lightly. I want to encourage and lift up and let people know that it's hard work, but you can do it.
Hard work, but you can do it.
You can do it.
I love it. Can you tease us a little bit, just a little bit, because Darian was asking in the chat about your graduation speech. I know you can't give it all away, but is there some little nugget that you can give to us?
I'm gonna be more focused on encouragement is my big thing, but I'm gonna be talking about the work. The work is important that you share with people. That it's just not nothing that they're gonna hand to you. You really have to put in the work. I'm gonna be sharing with them about adult education, workforce, those different programs. I wanna also encourage a few people that helped me along the way, shine a light on a few people. Not I can't do it for everybody that helped me along the way, but it was a few people like my family, a few people in my family, and also Dr. Thomas, the chancellor. Shine a light on a few people. But mainly we're going to be talking about encouraging students and letting them know about the work. That's my key word, the works.
Whew, the work. I feel like we're going to be in for a moving speech, one that's, I know, very personal.
Right.
Like you said, you're going to show honor and gratitude to those who helped you along the way. And like you said, it's hard to say everybody's name, because everybody, a lot of people had a part in your growth and development at LDCC. But trust me when I tell you, I don't think anybody's going to take it personally, if their name isn't called or something like that.
Right.
The people that helped you, they're just happy to have helped you.
Right.
People that are wanting to give, they don't necessarily care about accolades as much. It's nice if they come, but they didn't do it for the accolades. They did it because they saw where they could be helpful and useful and to fill a need, and that's what it's all about.
I was about to say, that's what matters. That's what counts.
That's all.
And all that means that if they did it for me, I'll be more than happy to do it for somebody else.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's how we do it. We pass it along. We pass it down. Any closing remarks that you want to say to the population, to the audience that's listening right now? Because this is what we're going to end it right here. See, we usually have a little bit of history. We kind of covered that in various ways.
Right.
And we usually have a Monday morning motivation, but I think it's fitting that you, Mr. David Payne, you are the Monday morning motivation.
Okay.
Your story is the Monday morning motivation.
Right.
And everything that you shared, everything that you have become and that you will do in the future, that's motivation enough for me.
For me too.
Proof positive right here, sitting right across from us, that what we do at this college matters.
It does.
And we need to continue to hold fast to that idea that we have a job, and that job, like you said, could make a huge difference, a huge impact on a student's life.
Right.
And you said yourself, you weren't sure where you were going, what you were going to do. You found Delta,
Mm-hmm.
and you said it changed your life, potentially saved your life.
Saved my life. Yeah.
And that's an honor
Yep.
for us
And
to be a part of that.
the people here at Delta has been awesome, wonderful people, and I just want to say to everybody else, try Delta. Try them out. This community college, it's like it's no matter where you are in your life, if you know it's not where you should be or where you want to be, if you do something about it, it'll help. It'll make it better, make your life better. And if education what you need, try Delta.
You know, let's say one more thing about that. If education is what you need, try Delta. I like just the idea, try Delta. That may be the new slogan, y'all.
Right.
We should have we changed slogans recently, but I think try Delta is
try
where it's
Delta.
at. To those who are listening, it wasn't the fact that you just came to Delta though. You got involved. You didn't just, what is Delta going to do for me? You kind of said, what can I do for Delta at the same time?
Yeah.
How important is it to get involved and how do you get involved and really be more integrated into the community?
It's very important. It's being involved is very important. When I came on, I wasn't. That first semester, I was not involved. I was doing class work, and that was it. But I saw people doing things, and I said, what are they doing over there? What's going on over there? And I went and talked to Dr. Thomas, and she said, well, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. And she said, well, you think you'll be interested in this and that? And I said, yes, ma'am. You say yes to it, and it just keep rolling from there. It's like a roll of yarn. It just get bigger and bigger,
That's
So
right.
and that's what that work was. I was just putting that work in different areas, and it led up to becoming the SGA president and doing all this other stuff. And you really do help people. You help students. It's just not you sitting in that role, but you actually help students. Students come to you every day. They come to you with problems that not even a part. Like you come to SJ president talking about your grades. Well, I can't help your grades, but I could direct you to somebody that can help you. And that's what it is. That's what it's all about. Helping those students and being an assistant in doing what somebody did for you.
Wow. Love it. And with that, we're going to close. Thank you, David Payne, for sitting
No
across from
problem.
me, the featured guest, our 2024 commencement speaker, and our I went a little too fast, and our Monday morning motivation. We appreciate you.
No
Thank you so much for
problem.
being here. And this is Ryan signing off. We'll see you next week.